Hi everybody and welcome back to some more MotoGP 18 career mode here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here. Now in today's episode we're in Spain for Jerez and I'm going to start mixing things up in the episodes. Now we're only going to concentrate on one race today. I'm going to make the races a little bit longer. I'm going to show a little bit more of the qualifying and I'm going to do something with the replays at the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. I thought I might change it up a bit. I hope you do like it. Let's just get straight into the qualifying session and see if we can get a good time. So here we go. Oh, look at that, guys. We're in Spain. The sun is out. It's nice and dry, and this should be awesome. Now, we got quite a few of these free practices to go through. I'm not going to show them all, but I do want to jump in and do some development testing to get some points because it's very, very important in this career mode that you do that to build up those development points to spend on your bike. Now, the bike has had some spent on it already, and I'm starting to see the differences. Now, we're only on round 4, so hopefully by the time we get to about round 10, our bike should be superb and we will hopefully be in a challenging position to win the championship. Fingers crossed anyway. I am going to keep on bumping the level up as well as we go through, but I am still getting used to this Unreal Engine 4. I'm still not 100% whether I prefer it than MotoGP 17, but there is elements of this game I do enjoy, and there's some that I think they need to fix. There's some little issues. It's like things like the replays, the race replays. You can't stop the picture and change up the camera views to take pictures for your thumbnails. I've noticed you can do that. You have to do it in other modes where you've got the photo mode. I'm just really miffed why they would leave that out. That's something they had on previous games. And yeah, there's just a few little glitches that I've been getting on my nerves as well. And we haven't made any adjustments. This bike doesn't feel too bad now after those upgrades, so this is a positive sign. But we're hoping for some good weather around here. I don't really like this circuit, and if it started raining that would be an absolute nightmare. Right, we just overrun that corner, but oh god! Oh, what the hell happened there? Seriously? See, these are the things that I cannot predict on these bikes. You just push a little bit hard in a turn and it's not very forgiving. I've got no idea what happened there. Anyway, hopefully we should still be able to complete this test. Otherwise we're going to have to run on another lap and do it again. But you've got to run 2 laps anyway on this speed test. Oh, we just managed to get that. So now we've got one more to do. Let's see if we can do that. We've got to get 108 miles an hour. I think it's right on the last bend. So hopefully we should be able to do that. Get nice and tight. And onto the curb. Let's try and stay on the bike. Oh, there it is. That's the last one. And then we've got to do it again. Easy. We managed to do 115. So we were really over the time on that one. Right, last corner. And we've got to go and do this again. Hopefully on the next lap I don't fall off. But once we've done a couple of these, then we're going to jump into the qualifying and hopefully we can set some really, really good laps because I want to get on the front row in this race today. But we'll keep going.
Hello from Jerez. There's already a lot of excitement inside the paddock and in a few minutes the race direction will signal the start of the customary qualifying session. The weather is downright inhospitable for racing. Unfortunately, temperatures are pretty low, and the rain that has been falling for a couple of hours now shows no sign of letting up anytime soon.
You cannot write the script. We've just had 3 dry sessions in the free practice. We get to qualifying, and now it decides to piss down. Now my setup is probably not going to be any good. I'm going to have to go right to the drawing board, and we're going to have to race in those conditions. Oh, this is just an absolute nightmare. Right, so Jorge Martin's just set a 155.6, so that is the target. Not sure if we're going to get anywhere near that, especially in these conditions. There is so much surface water on the circuit. Really struggling to slow the bike down without sliding off. And plus, I can't see the apex and the curbs very well in these conditions. Looking ahead, it's so misty and cloudy, and you're going to have to really judge your braking points really well not to make any mistakes and run off the circuit. but I can see this race being very, very hard. There's going to be a few crashes, I can guarantee. Hopefully it's not me that comes off. I'm going to try my best, but you saw how difficult the race was around Argentina in the wets, but around here I think it's going to be a lot harder. I might have to make a few adjustments and still understeering a little bit, just overrun it on that last corner. See if we can slow it down, and you can see the back end of the bike squirming around under braking, really struggling. I'm just dabbing the front brake and just giving it a tiny bit of back, but it doesn't take much for the back end to start snaking around, so hopefully I can cure that with a few adjustments. Let's see how far away we are from the time first. Let's try and keep it smooth. Try not to go full power around the corner. You have to really back off, get it turned in, get nice and tight, and then slowly get the power on. I think it's just the rear just feels a little bit stiff. Be careful, just let's put the power on. That wasn't too bad. We're not too far away from the time. Oh, the time's just dropped down. It's 1:54.4 someone's just put in. Oh, seriously. So we've got another second to find. Right, last corner. This is the one I slid off on the last attempt. Ooh, went in there a little bit hot, but just managed to turn it right to the finish line. Where are we going to be? Hopefully this will be half decent, and oh, that's not bad. I'll take that, but let's see if we can improve on that on this lap. I was actually surprised, but that probably won't stay because there is a long time to go in this qualifying session. Right, let's just try and keep the pace through these next couple of corners. This is where you can really gain some time. Be careful, back off the power, turn it in. That was nicely done. And I've just noticed Canet has just hit a 1:54.2. That time just keeps getting faster and faster, and we need to get closer to it. We've also dropped down to 7th as well. Let's see if we can get a faster time here, and we've still got plenty of time in this session, and over the finish line. Oh, that's our fastest time. Again, our time's gone down, but we're still not on the front row. Let's go again. We are getting quicker, so that is positive. We just got to keep going. Oh, we're right onto the curb there. That was close. Let's try and keep it nice and tight around here, trying to build up the speed. And we've dropped down to 10th position. The times just seem to get quicker and quicker as we go through there. Oh, right onto the curbs again. We're really trying to push this bike as much as we can in these ridiculous conditions, but we've got to be careful. We don't want to come off that last corner. Really tricky. And oh, Jorge Martin's put a 1:54.2, so the times just are just getting quicker and quicker, and we set another better time, but still nowhere near the fastest time of the race. Oh my dear lord. And last corner, is this going to be our fastest lap of the race? And I've just noticed Martin's just set another faster time. Oh, he keeps getting quicker and quicker, and that's our fastest time, but we're still half a second off the pace, but we are getting there slowly. I think I'm going to call it a day after this lap. I just can't see how I'm going to go any quicker. We didn't really have any decent sectors on that lap. That was a nice smooth last corner though, onto the curb. And is this going to be our final lap? Is it going to be any quicker? And over the finish line, and we just take second. Oh, second, front row of the grid. Get in there. Persistence has paid off.
That brings an end to this qualifying session. And after a thrilling contest where the riders gave their all right up until the end, we can finally find out the name of the rider who will start from pole position tomorrow.
What an excellent qualifying session in the end. We really battled hard for that position. Let's see if we can put it into points.
Hello and welcome to the Jerez de la Frontera circuit. Just a few more minutes before the Moto3 race at the Spanish Grand Prix finally begins. The rain has been falling relentlessly for a few hours now, but track conditions are good anyway, and the start of the race isn't at risk. Just a few moments to go until the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. These riders know it will be vitally important to take the first curve perfectly.
Right, so here we go with the Spanish Grand Prix around the Jerez circuit in these really wet conditions. Can we get on the podium and push Jorge Martin all the way? Right, that's not a bad start. Can we get off really well? No, Martin got off the mark a lot quicker, and we've got Connect coming up the inside. So let's see if we can hold it into this turn. We've got to be careful because it's really wet and we don't want to slide off really early. We're right onto the apex there, but Martin got a really good drive on the outside. Right, let's try and go on the inside. We've gone into the inside with contact with Martin. That's not going to go down well with him, but I'm pretty sure he will get me back at some point. He did run me off a couple of times in the qualifying session, so that's just letting him know I'm up for the battle. Right, let's keep it nice and steady around there. Let's see if we can go be a little bit tighter in this turn. This is a corner I was losing a little bit of speed on in the qualifying session. I got overtaken quite a few times here. Let's see if we can hold on to this. And we're going a little bit wide onto the curb, and we managed to hold on to it, but they will go in our slipstream now and probably come up the inside into this turn. Let's see if we can get into this turn. This one's a difficult one, a little bit of reaction there, a little bit of the back end sliding around, under braking in these wet conditions, but we managed to turn in there okay, and we're still leading. But 5 laps around this circuit in these wet conditions is going to be very tough. I cannot afford to make a single mistake. Right, let's just try and close the door. We've got 2 riders really close. Canet and Martin are having a bit of a battle behind. If they can just carry on battling with each other, hopefully we can get away, but probably not. I mean, Martin was setting some blistering laps around here in the qualifying session in these conditions. He's obviously very, very good in the wets. We've gone a little bit wide there, but we managed to bring it back onto the circuit. But if you look, guys, I can barely see the corners in these conditions. This is something that I've been really struggling on in the rain on this game so far. And there comes Martin, and he had to slam his brakes on there. He almost ran straight into me. Right, a final corner of the first lap. Let's see if we can finish in the lead. Just trying to back off the power, and that wasn't too bad. So we're in the lead on the first lap. There's still 4 grueling laps to go, and it's not going to be easy to hold on to it. Right, let's just slow it down and be good on the brakes again. Got a little bit wider in that turn, but I will take that as long as we stay off the curb there, because it does kick you off quite a bit on that curb. Right, slow it down into the turn and slowly power into this corner, trying to keep it as tight as possible. You can back off the throttle quite a lot through these turns as long as you keep it nice and tight. Smooth throttle movements. And oh no, Martin's gone straight round the outside there. He did not hold back there, but can we get back in the inside? And no, he's back through in the inside. Oh my lord, I cannot hold him off. He is so quick, and it's just important just to stay on the bike. We've got Connect quite close behind us as well. Let's just let Martin go. There's probably going to be opportunities to get past him. Can we dive on the inside and be good on the brakes like Valentino? And we've just held him off. What a corner that was in these wet conditions. Oh, supreme on the brakes there, and that's something that we may upgrade, so we could make these brakes even better. But that was very, very good braking there, and we managed to stay on the bike. But Martin is definitely on it now. He's probably up to speed, and he's probably going to really try and get past very, very soon. And once he gets away, are we going to be able to live with him? That is the thing. We've got no idea. Let's just try and hold on to this as long as we can. Just trying to keep it nice and tight. Oh, he's got kicked off there. Got to be so careful around that turn. I've really tried hard to set this bike up as perfectly as I can, but I think a lot of it is down to it just needs improving, and that's what the development points are for. Right, so Martin came flying around that turn again, and it looks like we're going to end the second lap in the lead as long as we don't bin it in this corner. No, we've managed just to keep it smooth onto the curb there, and we're going to get a run over the finish line. Let's see what the time is. So that is a 155.6. We're still not up to the 154s we were setting in qualifying. I'm not sure whether we're going to be setting that pace. It might just set the fastest lap of the race, only a little bit quicker than me, so we are on the same level at least. Right, slow it down into this turn. I can see those markers. Are they going to come around the outside through here? Are we going to be able to hold them off? We're on lap 3. Still a long way to go. I'm trying to hold on to this as much as I can. And the rain is still absolutely lashing down. And also, guys, don't forget to watch at the end of the video. I'm going to do a little bit of a different replay for you to watch using the replay cameras on this game. I thought I'd mix things up. I hope you enjoy it. There's already a lot to use already with some of the moves that we've had in this race. Right, let's see if we can be good on the brakes. Ooh, sliding around, and we just overshot the corner a little bit. Let's just stay on the outside. Is he going to come around the inside? No, we managed to drive out that corner okay. That was lucky there. I thought I'd thrown that away, and let's see if we can just settle down again, come towards the end of this third lap. That was a little bit wider there, just be careful. As you can see, as I just power out the turns, you can see the rear just wanting to come around. Oh, Martin made an attempt on the outside there, but luckily it was a nice tight inside to the right there, so he couldn't get past. Let's keep it nice and tight again onto the apex. Be careful, as soon as I've done that again, I've got to not do that, because I did get kicked off there a couple of times, just accelerating a little bit too hard. And that is a good thing. That does give you a bit of a realistic feel. If you just over accelerate out of a turn and it kicks you off, that actually would happen in these conditions if the wheels span up really badly. Right, that's not bad around that turn. That was nice and smooth, and that was brilliant. So we go over the finish line. Is this lap any quicker? No, we've actually dropped off the pace a little bit on that lap. So we're on the fourth lap. We've still got a way to go. And it looks like someone's just set a lap of 155.530, and still not the sort of pace we had in the qualifying session, but it's still a decent pace in these conditions. Right, I hate that turn 3, it's an absolute bitch. And turn 4, if you don't get it right and it just veers you out really to the right, sometimes it gets you in the wrong position for this next turn. Let's just try and hold it. And just drive up the hill slowly, right onto the curb, and that wasn't bad. Managing just to keep it off that left curve down this straight and into this tricky section here. This is probably the hardest corner on the circuit, sorry, and especially in these conditions. But again, that wasn't too bad. Just giving it a little bit more front brake than back brake, so I don't slide off. And let's keep it nice and tight, just closing the door, making sure that Martin and Connect haven't got anywhere to go. Keep seeing him in my camera view, but he's just weighing it up. I guarantee you he will take me on that last lap. He's done it before, so I'm expecting him to do that. And let's see if we can keep it steady. It's not bad. Again, just slowly put the power on. That was much smoother. That's what we need to do. That was much better that time. And let's see if we can just end this fourth lap in the lead and go into that final lap and hopefully hang on to this if we can get a win round here. Oh, bit of contact there. Oh, Martin came through that turn really quick. Luckily he didn't take me out there. Oh, that was unbelievable how I managed to stay on there. Right, last corner, and we go into the final lap of the race. Are we going to be able to win this one around this Jerez circuit in Spain in these really ridiculous conditions? Right, let's see if we can just brake early enough into this turn, and let's see if we can set our fastest lap of the race. We really need a good one here. Right, let's keep it tight again into this turn. This is one of the slowest corners on the race. You go, oh, that was close there. Just felt the back go light there, and I thought, and again, we made a mistake, and Martin is right there. He's going to try and get past at any points. Is he going to go in the... He's going to get past. Yes, he is. There he goes. I knew this would happen on the final lap. Can we just close the door? Let's try and hold it. No, we've got a little bit wide. He's going to come in the inside, and Martin's in the lead. So Jorge Martin's leading the Grand Prix on the final lap, and it looks like we have got a battle on our hands. Can we get him? We're in his slipstream. Can we get up the inside? We're going to have to do another amazing corner on the brakes. Back end sliding around. Let's keep it nice and tight onto the apex. Oh, what a turn that was. I almost got kicked off as I powered out the turn, but we're in the lead. Are we going to be able to hold on to it? He's probably going to try and make another attempt to get past. Is he going to come past? There he is. He's gone past. Right, hold the inside. Can we hold him off? And we just managed to hold him off in that turn. Oh, what a barrel hit we've got here. An absolute epic race so far. Right, slow it down into this turn. Let's try and close the door again. He's probably going to try and get past again as we come to the final corners. This is literally going to be a race to the finish line, and Jorge Martin is dying, and we've gone onto the curve. The back end kicked up there. That's going to slow us down slightly, but again, let's just try and keep it nice and tight onto the apex, just trying to keep it as tight as possible. And again, round that turn, that was not too bad. Where is Jorge Martin? No, he didn't get me through there. He wasn't quicker than me. Right, so last corner, we've got to try and just get a nice tight line here, slowly, and I think we've done it. I think we're going to win around this Jerez circuit. What an epic battle that race was. one of the best I've had on the game so far, and would you believe it, in these conditions as well. What an unbelievable race that was, and what a battle I had there with Jorge Martin. I said they'd make an attempt to try and win the race on the last lap, and he didn't disappoint. Luckily we came out on top, and we are level points in the championship with him as well. Oh, what a brilliant round all round. I mean, when I saw it was raining, I thought I've got no chance around this circuit because I do struggle around Jerez, but I enjoyed that. It was a great battle after a difficult qualifying session, and I think a lot of it was down to doing the free practice. Although it was in the dry, I think doing multiple laps around the circuit, you start improving, and that's what I think I needed to do. Right, we're going to jump in, we're going to do a bit of upgrading, and then I'm going to do something special with the replay for you guys to watch, so I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into that now, so here we go. Right, so now we can spend our development points that we've earned in that race and the development test. I'm going to upgrade the brakes first. I think they need a little bit of an upgrade, and let's see how much that leaves us with. Yeah, we're going to be able to do both, and that leaves us with just over 5,000. I think I am going to upgrade. I think I'm going to upgrade the engine again. I think I'm going to go with traction. I think definitely need a little bit more grip and to improve our acceleration rather than the power. Yeah, we'll go with the traction, and we're going to quickly check out what race is coming up next in the next episode, and I will leave you a replay I've put together. I've done some on-board looking behind on my bike, and I'm going to do some replays of Jorge Martin from behind me as well. I hope you enjoy it. I thought I'd mix it up, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon.